Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you, everybody who likes and subscribes. Well, today I'd like to talk about the pandemic and read on that, pull some cards, see what we have. And I just want to, first of all, say that my heart goes out to everybody who's lost someone or who's had a loved one ill and suffered ill effects from the COVID or who's been sick themselves. My heart goes out to you. And we all wish you wellness. All right. Well, the last time I read on this and put the video up, I've read on it a few times and not put the video up. It's a sad subject. But the last time I read on this, I remember saying, and that was over a month ago, that they thought that we'd get to 3,000 deaths a day at some point. And I thought that sounded right, that we probably would. I don't know if that will be sustained, though. I don't think that's a sustained number for long. Right now, of course, we're in, well, I'd call it the back to school surge, personally. Fauci says that we haven't seen the Thanksgiving surge yet, that he anticipates, because it takes a little while to get into the elderly population, and those are where we see most of our deaths. Not all, but most. So he says we still haven't seen the Thanksgiving surge. So I want to ask about that. I want to ask about the course, and I want to ask about the vaccine. All right. So Spirit, please give us information that is both accurate and helpful to us. What should we know about the pandemic right now? Well, we have the Magician, manifestation. Challenge card is the Empress. Okay, so we're pregnant with the possibility because the vaccine has been manifested. Definitely. So that's saying there's a spiritual hand in this vaccine coming through. There's a manifestation happening. But we're only pregnant with the possibility. You know, some things have to happen to get that distributed. Underneath it all, we have the Page of Wands. Again, with the, I think we need a fuller plan. We need not to just be, well, we're heading in this direction. And that's it. Because Page of Wands, that's all he has. So in the USA, for sure, we need to have more than that. We need to have a well fleshed out plan. I was encouraged to hear that Fauci has been meeting, and their team has been meeting with Biden's team, incoming team, to talk about distribution, because they discovered that there was no plan to distribute. The federal government had a plan to try to encourage to get the vaccine and then ship it to states, and that was it. So I was encouraged to find that Biden's team is meeting with that team now. In the past, we have the Chariot, right? Suddenly forward. Which way is this going to go? I feel like Spirit is still talking about the vaccine. Of course, because there are two that are getting done quickly, right? Yeah, Pfizer, and then Pfizer with BioNTech, and then Moderna. Above it all, we have the Two of Coins. Oh, that's sort of like, yeah, we're going to be using more than one. In the immediate future, we have the Ace of Cups. That's joy. But that can also be overflowing emotion. Overflowing emotion and hope, actually, I think is what that is. I think Spirit's offering comfort to us. All right, Spirit. So what about surges? What will the Thanksgiving surge look like? Here we go. Yeah, there's that Tower. Queen of Cups. 6. Okay, that's reminding me of something. There we got some income inequality. We have some needy people, but it's reversed. So, okay. It's going to coincide with difficulty getting aid and help to people who are very poor, or people who used to not be poor and now are poor because of the pandemic. It's okay, so we can expect Tower headlines. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And it will be, you know, in this Christmas season, holiday season. So there's that Tower. But the Queen of Cups, what does that mean, Spirit? The Chariot, we ride it out. It's a bumpy ride. It's a bumpy ride. Where is this going? It looks like it's going to get out of control. However, I don't feel like it goes, you know, up into infinity. You know what I mean? It doesn't explode. Although those are words that will be used. But, you know, we all fear the exponential duplication of this virus everywhere, right? It's spreading just exponentially. And I don't know that it's going to it's not going to take off like that, but it is going to be that 3,000 a day. Yeah. Let's see, what do we have? Social distances, we'll have more lockdowns. We'll have more lockdowns. Emperor, right? Yeah, it's just going to have to be. It's just sort of like the Emperor says, I'm the protective father of the tarot, and I'm saying, if you get this, you're going to get this. So guess what? You're not going to be allowed to do that. I'm going to protect you. So we are going to have lockdowns. Yeah. 7 of Swords, hidden agenda. Oh, goodness. What is that? Strength. Doesn't matter. I don't think it matters in the long run. 8 of Wands. A lot of things will be moving forward in a coordinated way. They're going to do a better job as the incoming CDC and the current CDC have better coordination. That looks hopeful. Okay. But yeah, it is going to be ugly. It's going to be just as concerning about people's finances, and you know, they're worried about losing unemployment ending in certain states and certain places from the first who were laid off in this pandemic. So they're concerned about that. All right. But it's the whole world. The whole world. It's of course not just the U.S., even though the U.S. has bungled this so spectacularly. It's not just that. We're having spikes in a lot of European countries. Britain is not doing so great, but they've been more proactive now in the last month and a half to take mitigation efforts. Yeah, they have agreement between their parties about it. Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's like the truth wants to come out. There's been regrets. So that Ace of Swords is there for Britain too, that means, which is for the UK, which is saying, yeah, there's some truths that are begging to come out too, about perhaps considering economics and finances too much over the health of the people. And maybe more of that will be coming out. And what about European nations? And I know you can't say all European nations and pull cards on them, just like you can't say the entire U.S. and pull cards, because it's sort of like this is such a large area. And in Europe, of course, there are other different governments. So there's very different ways of handling this. Oh, but we do have coordination. And same cards. Same with this. Truth needs to come out. And the Wheel of Fortune. Something with fate. We know that. We've seen that card a lot with this pandemic. Not that Source wanted it to come about, but this is it's being made part of a larger plan, at least. Let's see about, I want to know, when do we start to see the decline? Do we start to see it in January? People are worried there'd be a Christmas surge too. We're keep on riding it out. So I think that means that we will end up seeing a certain plateauing, just a little wobbly up and down. And yeah, we will end up seeing that. And that will be our new normal for a while, which is horrifying because it'll be, what, around 2,000 deaths a day? Once in a while more? So it's not, we don't like it. The Generations card, right. So people, okay, concerned about their elderly family members, sure. The seniors in their family, sure. This is some stability. I think that there will be people getting together for Christmas. That could be what it means. Yeah, there will be more people, I think, keeping their loved ones at home and having a plan, because we've been in this long enough that some will have yet do not resuscitate order, and no heroic means to keep me alive, please, or kind of thing. We may have more people passing at home. Eight of Wands, though. Everything moving forward. There is some planning. There is some direction here. And we do ride it out. Okay. All right. Yeah. What about February? So that means January looks a lot like December. February. There's some regrets, there's some disappointment. I do think that we are going to see, and they're talking about it now, but I do think we are going to see a little bit of disappointment about, well, this didn't work out with the vaccine the way we thought about it. This, we don't have as much as we thought we would, that kind of thing. This is indeed a problem, the rollout. Yeah, I think we're going to find some of that. Yeah. Unanticipated delays. Because we've heard a lot about, oh, we're going to start it in December. We've been kind of given the impression that it will be administered widespread already in January and February. And I think these cards are kind of saying some places, yes, there's the 2, some reasons for hope, yes, but there's the 3 of Cups on the ground too. And by then it'll be Biden. There's Biden. We'll be hearing a lot more honest assessments of what's going on. And I think we already are. I mean, I think people like Fauci are giving us pretty honest assessments of what's going on. We won't have the false hope coming out of the White House anymore. Deep mysteries. In February, it's still going to look a little bit like, how is all this going to resolve? How is it all going to get widely distributed? But the mitigation efforts, I believe, will start to be helpful. Yeah, so there's some unknowns with that 7 of Cups, the 10 of Coins, the 5 of Swords, winning at any cost. Well, there's at least the drug companies are going to be very interested in selling a whole bunch of their product really quickly. So that's good. Yeah, guys, I guess I'm seeing a mixed bag. I'm seeing some good things. I'm seeing some disappointments, but I feel like they're only going to be disappointments if we're listening to the White House. If we're listening to Fauci, if we're listening to Biden's team coming in, we're going to get the realistic kinds of pictures. And we can listen to them now. We can hear now from many experts who are saying, okay, but it probably won't be given out widespread for, we're looking at April. We're looking at March. A little bedeviled the process is. It's the getting it everywhere. Oh, and that can be greed and avarice too. It's getting it free too. Not everybody, has insurance or wants able to pay for that. King of Coins, big business. So we do have some delays just related to the God of profit, right? So, but we are hopeful in March because I do think we're going, and I've seen this a long time, we're going to see numbers decreasing even before the vaccine is widespread, simply because of mitigation efforts and because there are more people who've already had it and have some immunity for a time. So that will help. So it looks like it's nothing too surprising the cards are showing us. Is there anything else we should know, Spirit? Yeah, there's that Tower. Okay, yeah. And I keep hearing this. Spirit keeps on saying, it will not be wasted. It will not be wasted. This is a Tower event. It's part of this time of rapid change. It will not be wasted. There's going to be more agreement between the parties about what to do about it. And there's information and epiphanies and revelations that will be coming through from this. Okay, so I mean, it will not be wasted. All right, Spirit, please. Just the fact yeah, I know we do have the deaths. The death card comes out, and it comes out with the generations card. Too many people are going to be losing their older family members. Yeah, so we pray for all them, all of them. Okay, but oh, and what was I just saying? That totally got me off track. Oh, I don't know, Spirit. What did you want to tell us about that? Yeah. Love your family. Love your family. Contact your family. Talk to your family. If you lose them, it would be so much better to have had that conversation, I think. I think that's not to say I don't feel like people need to feel guilty if they come from an abusive family or a family that is so estranged and blown apart. You know, please don't take it to mean that. But sometimes Spirit wants to prepare us and wants us to understand that some folks are more prepared to go than we think they are, and they'd maybe like to talk to us about that. So there we go. All right. Well, Spirit, anything else you want to tell us about? And I'm so sad for anybody who's losing somebody. The Lover's card. I feel like that's love. That's love from God, love from Spirit, love from Source. And then we have the King of Swords. There's going to be a lot of, okay, investigation. That's what I was going down. That's the line I was going down. This is going to become a case study in effects of income inequality too. Because the way this was handled, you know, mom and pops had to shut down everywhere, right? With very little help from the government, very little backup. And if any that they could use. While big businesses like Walmart, like Amazon, Target, they've done better than ever. And I always thought it was so unfair that when the mom and pops had all shut down, you could still buy everything at Walmart, not just groceries, but everything. Was that fair? I don't know. You know, I don't think so. I don't think so. So it's sort of like we've asked people who are working people, middle class people, working class people, we've asked them to take a much bigger hit from this than we've asked anybody else. And we have the stock market soaring while people's individual fortunes are really suffering. So this will be a case study in how that kind of income inequality and money in government really does harm, like lives lost harm. So there we have it. This will be used. This won't be wasted. That's what I keep hearing. All right. All right. Well, everybody take care. Okay, Spirit, is there anything you want to tell them individually for themselves? Queen of Coins. A lot of you are Queen and King of Coins types. You've got some stability. Draw upon it. Don't take unnecessary risks. The Justice card. The 8, yeah, this will be a social justice issue. It will. It just will. Okay. All right. Well, I thank you all so very much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sending the wonderful intentions along with me. And I will also link some charities for those of you who have extra. Now, people who don't should not feel guilty about not giving, but I will link some excellent charities to give to. I was just reminded of that myself today. Before end of year. Good time to do it. All right. Well, take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Hello. I just wanted to add this. Some of you know that I have probably had COVID. I don't get a confirmation. Maybe I'll get a confirmation December 21st when I go to give blood and get an antigen test. But I was exposed. We have a family member who is a healthcare provider and tested positive. And we have her little kiddos here sneezing on us a few days a week. So we were ill and not too bad. But if I was looking extra pale, that's why. But I'm better. I'm feeling good well now. It wasn't bad for any of us. It was pretty mild. It just is this weird thing that just hangs on though, doesn't it? But we were very lucky, and just headache, fatigue, gastrointestinal, sore throat, but we didn't get a lot of coughing. We didn't get high fevers, low. So we all did pretty good with it. So I'm really very grateful. I got a test and it came back ruined. So I got another test today where it's probably going to be negative, because I don't have any symptoms at all now. But I thought, well, I'll see. And like I said, I'm giving blood to the Red Cross on the 21st, and then I get an antibody test for free with that. So that's useful. I'd like to know if I had it or not. Wouldn't we all like to know, right? But I just wanted to let everybody know, in case you saw in comments, or if you're on Patreon, you've known that probably had COVID, and we've been lucky. So I wish you all protection from this. And if you do get it, I wish you an easy time. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.